Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with GeoGebra. I'm going to take a look at a couple of things here, get rid of what's on there right now. And you see I have one line that's written in slope-intercept form, y equals 3x plus 2. The slope is 3, the y-intercept is 2. Okay, and I've got several other equations here. I'm going to click on the first 6 of these. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what do you notice about that? They all pass through the y-intercept at one point, and that is y equals 2. And that's because they're all written in 3 or mx plus b. So here the b is a y-intercept, and that's the same on all 6 of these equations. Okay, it's 2. All 6 of these equations pass through the y-axis at point 2. Now the slope can change all it wants to, and all it does is make it go steeper or shallower, or go uphill or downhill or anything like that, but they all go through there at y equals 2. And so now back up and get rid of those. Take a look at these 3 down here. I've got 3x plus 2, and this one's 3x minus 4. And it looks like it moved to the right a little bit, but it actually moved down to negative 4. Okay? It passes through the y-axis at negative 4. That's your y-intercept. This is an interesting one. It says y equals 3x. It doesn't look like there's a b at all there, but that's actually plus 0, because remember, if it's plus 0, we don't bother putting it on there. So the intercept is going to be 0. The y-intercept is 0. And here the y-intercept is positive 6, and sure enough, it passes through. Notice all 4 of these lines are parallel, because all 4 of these lines have the exact same slope as this red one up here. These 3 have the same slope as this red one. So all 4 lines have the same slope, and they pass through the y-intercept at different places. So now let's get back here. Let's take a look at what we can do about using slope-intercept form to graph an equation. Okay? And let's suppose I give you an equation. Suppose I give you equation 2x plus y equals 3. So let's take a look at that. 2x plus y equals 3. And right away you say, well, wait a minute, that's not in slope-intercept form. Because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And I showed you how to graph something in slope-intercept form. You just find the y-intercept right here. Okay? And you find the slope, and you use those 2 things to graph the equation. But this isn't in slope-intercept form. Well, that's not really a big issue, because we can just subtract 2x from both sides. It gives me y, and that equals negative 2x. I'm going to put the x term first, negative 2x, and plus 3, because now that it's not the first number in this side, I have to put a plus in front of it. If it were negative 3 there, I'd have to put negative 3. So now I've got it in slope-intercept form like that. Okay? So my y-intercept is 3, 1, 2, 3, right there. That's my y-intercept. The slope is negative 2. Negative 2 over 1 is the same as 2 over negative 1, which is equal to negative 2. And remember, slope is equal to change in y over change in x, or delta y over delta x. Well, change in y is negative 2. So if we start at my y-intercept at positive 3, we're here, and let me change color a little bit. We say negative 2. We start here. We go negative 2 is down 2, and positive 1 means I go to the right 1. It's a negative 2 over positive 1. There's my other point. And I can use this one if I prefer. I can use this one. Okay? It doesn't matter. I can use 2 points or 3 points or 5 points. It doesn't matter how many points I put on there. If I'm doing it correct, they're all supposed to be collinear, or in the same line. So let's look what happens when I do this. Positive 2 over negative 1. Positive 2 is on top, so that's my y. I go up 2. Negative 1 is on the bottom, so that's my x, so I go to the left 1. So there we go. And I could start here, and I can do the same thing. I go 1, 2, and to the left 1. Okay, 1, 2, to the left 1. Okay, I can do the same thing here. I can go down 2 and to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. And it's pretty easy to see that what I've got here now is I've got a bunch of points all in a line. Now it's not just the points that you see here that are on that, it's not just these 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Okay, every single point on this entire line, all the way as far as we can go in that direction and as far as we can go in this direction, those are all part of that same line. And remember, this equation represents a relationship between x and y. So this is the equation of 2x plus y equals 3, like we had here. Or y equals negative 2x plus 3. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. We call these equivalent equations. These two equations represent the same line. They're just different forms of the same relationship between numbers. And there's one more thing I want to show you here, and that is, how do I find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form? So let's suppose a line passes through the point, and I'm going to give you a point here, 1, 4, and slope is 3. Now, how do I find the equation of that line? This is all I'm given. Well, I know that the equation, if I write it in slope-intercept form, the equation is going to look like this. Y equals 3x plus something. So I've already got the whole equation because I just, you know, that 3 is a slope. That goes there. I just need my y-intercept here. Okay? So how do I find my y-intercept? Well, I'm given one point and the slope. So I say y equals mx plus b. Now I know everything here except the b. Now I've got an x here and a y here. So I can just plug those numbers in. 4 equals m, which is 3, times x, which is 1, plus b. I don't know what b is, but that's the only variable here, so I got enough there I can solve for b. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus b. 4 equals 3 plus b. Subtract 3 from both sides, you get 1 equals b. Lo and behold, now I know what the equation of the line is. B equals 1. So the answer is y equals 3x plus 1. Okay? And that's how you find the equation of a line when you're given 1 point and the slope. You can also find the equation of a line when you're given the y-intercept and the slope. Okay? And of course that's real easy. You just, the y value in your y-intercept, this is going to be 0, this is going to be, 3 or whatever like that. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for listening.